guys, I'm so excited to share this with you. I just got this new palette called Zulu from Juvia. It was only $20 at Ulta, a steal if you ask me. And I had a blast doing this look. I did an ombre peacock kind of colored look with a little bit of gold inset in the inner of my eye. I had a great time doing this, and I cannot wait to share it with you guys. I've got my brows on already, so let's get this popping, you heard? So I've been calling this a stencil. It's actually called a shadow shield. I got it off of Amazon, 5 for 50 of them, I think. It was a really good deal. And I just stick it on, and I've been using it to help me with my wing looks. So I'm using the ColourPop No Filter Concealer right now in the color Fair. This is the first time that I'm using it, but I have to say that I loved it. It's a very, very light color, much lighter than my skin, because I'm going to use it as a base for these colors that we're about to pop out. And then I'm going to go ahead and over top of it with a little bit of translucent setting powder from Milk to really set that concealer and help with the blending process. So the first color that I'm going to use is this matte jade color from my Zulu palette, and I'm going to start on one side of my eye and work up into the crease of my eye on both sides. I feel like this just gives me a better shape for when I'm going like these unguided wings. And then I'm going to go ahead and use a really fluffy blending brush to get that color on there. This is the main pigment that I'm going to be using, so I'm going to really work this color. So now I'm going to use this canary yellow and a wide fluffy brush, and I'm going to go in along the top of that jade color that we just did. I'm going to try to blend out the edges and make it more of like a gradient pigment into the yellow. I'm going to go back and forth. You're going to see me here a couple of times with the same blending brush that I used to apply the jade originally, and I'm going to go back over the yellow, and I'm going to exchange the yellow and the jade, the yellow and the jade, until I'm satisfied with the gradient that I've got there in between the two pigments. So this is my Beauty Glazed palette. I'm going in with this matte Robin Blue from that palette and a very tiny brush because I want to make sure that this line and where I'm applying this color is very precise. I'm going to go in the same way that I did with the jade color, and I'm going to start on the outer and the inner corner of my eyelids, working up into the crease. And once I've got it applied with that really precise brush, I'm going to take a small, very small but fluffier brush and blend that crease really, really well with that matte blue color. And then just like I did with the canary yellow, I'm going to do with this, I'm going to blend the jade back into the blue, and I'm going to do it a couple of times, go back and forth until I once again get a gradient style of pigment. I don't want any lines. I want everything to be very smooth. So with the same ColourPop concealer that I used to create the base of my eyeshadow, I'm going to use to make my cut crease. I put in a little near my lash line, and then I look up and kind of swirl my eyelid so I can get at least where I should make that top line of my cut crease at. I don't do this all the time, but for this style in particular, I would like a large cut crease area, so that's what I did here. And I just really try to make sure that the lines all around the outside of the cut crease are very precise, and I take a lot of time doing this. So I've got the same very tiny precision brush that I used to create the very first blue line, and I'm going in right at the outside V of my eyelid in very tiny strokes, and on the inside V of my eyelid in tiny strokes. And I'm going to use this to start the very first part of the gradient. Now I'm going in with a tiny fluffy brush, again with the jade, and I'm working at the edges of that royal blue that I applied, and I'm going to do this back and forth like I did at the top of the crease. So on this crease, I feel like this yellow is really the Beyonce of the trio. She is the showstopper here. So I'm going to really apply it very efficiently, very precisely to the lid with a very tiny thin brush. And I'm going to work it just like we did the lid before with the jade and the blue. And the more time that you spend doing this, the better off it's going to look, the better off you're going to be. And I took a long time doing this, even I didn't record here, but I was really satisfied with it. So just take your time here and don't get too frustrated. It's almost like watercolor. You can't go wrong. So once I was finished with my crease, I noticed a couple of little things that I wanted to touch up, and I did that really quickly. And this is the time to do that if you want to go around the outsides and just perfect any overlap. And then I went in with my Maybelline gel liner and an angled brush. And I made my wing pretty thick this time. I wanted it to be very dramatic, and I also wanted to blend it out at the end, so I feel like it's not that crazy looking if you do a very thick wing with a blended tip. And I started like right at the middle of my eyelid here. So I've got a very pigmented black and a fluffy wide brush, and I'm going to go in at the gel liner that I just did, and I'm going to blend it out into the corner with some of that blue that we used earlier and a nice fluffy brush. Once you're satisfied with your blend, just rip that little stencil right off, and I like to clean up underneath of it with a baby wipe and some makeup remover. Again, with the black gel liner and the angled brush, I'm going to do my bottom lid, my bottom liner. I'm using this mascara by Essence. It's called Princess False Lash, and it's a gluten-free, animal test-free mascara that I got off Amazon, and I love it. This is from the Beauty Glazed Glitter Palette, and I'm going to go in my inner corner of my eyelid with just a little bit of gold to give it a nice little accent. Now that I'm done with my eyes, I'm going to go ahead to my face routine, and I'm going to start off with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. Followed up with my Fenty foundation stick in the color Sand. This is Bye Bye Under Eye by It Cosmetics. I applied just a little bit of it underneath of my eyes and took a tiny beauty blender and went ahead and smudged that out. Now with my LA Girl Pro Concealer, I'm going to contour my face, do the highlights and the lowlights. I have way too much fun making this video, guys. I'm sorry. This is Chocolate Soleil Bronzer by Too Faced, and I'm going to go in on the cheekbones, underneath of my jaw, and on my forehead. Today the blush I'm using is from Benefit Cosmetics. It's called Coralista. It's kind of like a corally orangish color almost. I'm also going to be using the Benefit highlighter, What's Up, and I'm going to dab that thing on everywhere, baby. Make it glitter, make it glow. I'm going to just set this look really quickly with the Urban Decay Stay All Night Setting Spray. On my lips today, I'm using NYX Cosmetics, and this liner color is Ever. I'm going to use it on my top and my bottom, and I'm going to make a pretty thick line with it. And over top of that, I'm going to be applying the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the color Transylvania. So that's it for this video, you guys. I hope you all enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed making it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys want to see. I thank you all so much for watching my videos, and I love you all.